good morning, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. This is your girl, Geraldine Amanda, and today I want to talk to you about love, learning to receive love, and learning to allow yourself to be loved, and also about learning, relearning, and unlearning love. I just want to start off and say first and foremost that there is real love in this world. There are people who have good and genuine and pure intention. Not everybody is out here to get you, to use you, to cheat you. There are people who truly just want to come together with you for the best and to give the best of themselves and to also to get the best from you, because it's a mutual thing. It's not a give or a take, but it is a matter of giving and taking and just sowing into somebody else's life and growing, and them also sowing into your life, and you grow. One of the things I can tell you about love is that you have to first and foremost love yourself. I feel like we say this so much that it's almost become cliche, and everybody's like, well, I love myself. I can tell you from my own personal experience, when you have grown up with that sense of self-loathing, doesn't matter how much you try to convince yourself that you love yourself, but if you do not truly love yourself for who you are, where you are, what you are, there is absolutely no way at all that you will be able to receive love from someone who wants to love on you, because it doesn't matter what they do to try to prove to you that I love you, I care for you, I want the best for you, my intentions are not to hurt you. You don't love yourself, and you just have this deep sense of unworthiness, like, can someone really love me in spite of my flaws? Look at who I am, look at how I am. Can somebody really love me in spite of all of these things? And can somebody really love me with all my strengths and with all my weaknesses? Because that's the thing too. We tend to focus so much on our weaknesses that we don't even realize how much we bring to the table. And we don't realize that, we're not coming into relationships to be perfect. We're coming into relationships to learn, to grow, because nobody is perfect. Not the partner that you will get with, not you yourself are perfect, and you have to come to a place where you're okay with that. I can tell you that this has been one of the struggles for me. Like, I'm just gonna come right out, I'm just gonna come clean about it. This has been one of my struggles in relationship, and being quite honest about it, I definitely struggle with that sense of loving myself. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I've definitely not arrived, because I see these challenges and these struggles show up in my life and in my relationships with friends and with with my lover from time to time. And I can tell you that, I still have work to do in that area, because it doesn't matter how much my family, my friends, and everybody around me tries to convince me that, you're good enough, we truly love you, we truly value you. If I don't believe it, there's absolutely nothing that anybody can do to convince me about it. And that's the truth. So we have to first have that belief, that indisputable belief of loving ourselves before we can even receive love from anybody else. I can tell you that. I've had some wonderful people in my life, who, they've loved me, they've cared for me, they've showered me with love and abundance of attention. They've tried so many ways to give me abundance of assurance that, my intentions for you are pure. I love you, you're worthy, you're valuable, I want the best for you. But the truth is, I struggle with believing it from time to time. Like, I can tell you, like, in my current relationship that I'm in, it's been a struggle, and I hope that as my friend is listening to it, I hope you'll be okay with me sharing this. But, I've struggled in the relationship from time to time. And I mean, he can attest to it quite honestly and openly. I mean, it's like I've been treating him like a suspect. And that's not cool. That's not healthy in relationship. And a lot of us can relate to this, whether we're male or female. When we have that sense of self, a lack of loving ourselves, it's like it doesn't matter what our partner do or what that significant other is doing. We're gonna always be suspicious, like just waiting for that moment for us to be able to say, I knew you didn't love me. I knew there was some strings attached. I knew there were some clause, or I knew something. And you know what? The more you begin to treat that person like a suspect and begin to look for things that aren't even there, the more you're going to find things that will make you think that those things are true. And trust me, if anybody can tell you about assuming and allowing your mind to take you on a wild ride, I, Amanda, can tell you so much about that. There are so many times when I have just made some terrible assumptions and allowed my mind to run wild and to run free. And it has totally misled me. And it's only when I've come to that place to gather the courage to ask. And then I find that, what I was thinking, what I was believing was furthest from the truth. But I'll tell you, this type of self-loathing and not being able to love yourself really puts a strain on your relationship, especially romantic relationship. Because, I mean, it's like a burden for a person to feel like, doesn't matter what I do, this person is going to be treating me like a suspect. This person is going to be just thinking that I want to hurt them or I want to use them. And it's hurtful. It is hurtful, for someone to be loving you like that, so deeply, so truly, giving you all the love, the care, the affection, and the attention, and still at the slightest moment of something that you fabricate in your mind, boom, you think that person, doesn't love you, and you start attacking the person or making assumptions or trying to run away. I know that my number one way of coping with this has been to try to run away from relationships. Like, I've tried to run away from relationships, and what I have done, because I'm so afraid of fully going in, I've found that I've settled in relationship that made me feel safe. Meaning that I know that, this is not really what I want from a relationship. It's not really what I desire from a relationship. But because there is something about a safety there that makes me feel like, okay, I don't have to worry about this one, And it's not a good thing at all. It's unfair to the person, and it's unfair to you as well as an individual. And a lot of times what happens is that so many other people gets affected in those types of relationship and commitment. I feel like if we're going to reach this space where we want to truly, truly, truly experience love, we're going to have to really reach that place where we're just going to have to go in afraid, go in with those insecurities. More than that though, just go in with the pure intention, go into love. Don't go in with expecting, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have expectations from the relationship, but don't go in like, you're expecting that person to make you happy and to make you whole and to complete you, because those things are misleading and those take away from your personal responsibility. It is your responsibility. It is my responsibility to make myself feel whole. It is my responsibility to heal from my past hurts and my past trauma. Now, my partner, when they come in, they can hold my hand and help me along this journey to make the healing process easier, but it's not their responsibility. And I can tell you that that's one of the things that I've been learning in my current relationship. I've been learning to take responsibility for my healing, because it's my responsibility. And as much as my partner can pray for me, affirm me, assure me, and love me, at the end of the day, it's up to me to do the hard work, to heal, to trust, to let go, to love, to open up and allow myself to be fully vulnerable. And I can tell you that it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable and it's absolutely scary. It's scary as hell. Scary. It's scary. opening up yourself like that, especially if you're a person like me that's used to being closed up, to having to reach that place where you're going to open up. It's mad scary. Like recently I've been dealing with some serious anxiety. Like I've been waking up feeling anxious. I've been waking up feeling like just so emotional, because I know that I'm going into uncharted territories, because I've made up my mind that I will go in with love, full love, that I will trust myself, that I will trust others, and I will trust the process. And for someone who likes to feel like they're in full control of everything, and who wants to be able to know the future and know what comes next and know everything, like, this is scary for me. It is scary for me, and you can hear it in my voice. I'm getting emotional about it, because it's really scary territory for me. But I've truly made up my mind that I want to go in. I want to experience love. I know that love exists. I know that in spite of all the terrible examples of relationships that we've seen around, that there are also really great examples of relationships that work. And so I want to experience that. I want that. And if I want that, I can't go in afraid. I can't go in reserved. I have to go in fully, deeply. It's like I'm saying, I want to swim in the deep, but then I don't want to get off the tube or the float. Or when I reach the deep, it's like I just want to stay in the boat. No, it doesn't work like that. If I want to go in the deep, then when I get to the deep, I have to jump all in and dive in and enjoy the process. And yes, the deep is scary, but you know what? If that's what you want, to deeply, truly experience love in its fullest, then you have to go in. You have to go in and trust the process. And it's not going to be perfect. We're dealing with another individual that they're just human, just like us. And they're a work in progress, just like us. They're working and they're healing, right? And if you find that your partner, they're also ready to do the work to heal, they're ready to do the work on themselves to become better, and they're also willing to walk with you on this journey to your healing, then that's like the greatest blessing that a person can ask for. And I can tell you that at times the situation, there's just going to be some things about it that's not going to seem so ideal. But you know what? That's love. That's love too. That's love. That is love. That is love. And one of the things I want to encourage you to do is to trust yourself, to trust your spirit. That spirit in you knows. It knows. It knows. It knows. It knows that connection. There's just a deep thing about when you have this deep spiritual connection with a person. You can't fake that. You can't make it up. And your spirit knows it. Your spirit knows it. And so I just want to encourage you guys to go deeply in with love, to go in with love. This is your girl, Geraldine Amanda, and as I bring you the series for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at loving, learning to love again, unlearning, relearning. We're also going to be looking at going all in, diving into the deep, and just allowing yourself to be loved and to love. And remember, as I shared today, the focus of this discussion today was to remind us that it starts with us. If we ever want to experience love in its fullest form, then it's going to start with us. It's going to start with me, loving me. And until I can truly love myself, assure myself, that I'm loved. Because you can't lie to yourself. Yourself knows when you don't love yourself. Yourself knows when you're thinking you're not good enough. That's the thing about us, right? That's one thing. You can't hide from this mind and these thoughts of yours. You can't deceive yourself, right? Because yourself knows the truth about how you feel about yourself. And so for me, I've just been on this journey of just learning to love myself fully, deeply, truly, just continuing to reassure myself that I'm good enough. I am enough. And I mean, it might sound so foolish to some people, But the truth is, it's the simple things as that. Reassuring yourself that you're good enough, that you are enough. When you make mistakes, not beating up on yourself and just saying, you know what, you did a good job, Amanda. You tried, girl. Don't worry about that. You get up, you go at it again. It's just accepting yourself as you are and not trying to get yourself to be perfect, and loving yourself on this journey to becoming, because the truth is we're always becoming. And as we cross over one hurdle, we're just going into the next and into the next and into the next and into the next and the next version of ourselves. And so I just want to encourage you this morning to love on yourself. I want you to talk to yourself this morning and say, I love you. And yourself will know if you mean that. And if you're saying I love you today and you're looking in that mirror or whatever and you're really not feeling it, just keep telling yourself, I love you. Because I love me some, Amanda. And I can tell you that when I first started this journey, saying I love you just didn't feel right. Looking in that mirror just didn't feel right, because I didn't love what I see. I didn't love what I see. But now I'm learning to love this Amanda. I love me some Amanda, and I'm sure you guys can see that I'm on this journey. I'm loving me some Amanda, right? But I can tell you that this journey has some highs and lows, and sometimes you meet a bump that just trips you and you fall, and it brings back all those memories of those feelings of unworthiness and not enoughness. You just have to pick yourself up and remind yourself, you're good enough. Come on, girl. What's wrong with you? I love you. You're great. You're awesome. It really starts with the simple things, like the way we talk to ourselves. What are we telling ourselves in the silent corners of our mind? What are we thinking about ourselves? Are we thinking thoughts like, girl, you're so stupid, you're so foolish? What are you thinking about yourself, boy, man? What are you saying about yourself? Are you believing, I'm a deadbeat dad? I'm just not there for my kids. What are you believing about yourself? Don't listen to that voice. You speak up and you remind yourself of who you are. You are loved. You're wonderful. You're a masterpiece. You're created for such a time as this. So there's a purpose for you being here. And if you want to experience love in its fullness, if you really want to experience love for its fullness, you want to be able to give love and receive love, and to know that you are worthy of being loved because it is you and you deserve that love and more, then you have to start with loving yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody can convince you that you are worthy of being loved. All right? And I want to tell you, you are worthy of being loved, and I want to walk with you on this journey. As I'm taking this journey on my own, I want to walk with you on this journey. I want to invite you to come with me on this journey. I'm coming back. We're going to be looking at more of learning and unlearning to love and to be loved. This is your girl, Amanda. Have a wonderful day.